of rising one April morning in 2008, my older sister Devin fell to the ground, unable to move or feel her legs. After 6 months of misdiagnosis, she was finally given the definitive answer for why numbness ran through her body. Her doctor casually pointed to the bright lesions now exposed in her MRI scans, and unable or unwilling to take his eyes off of the computer screen, proclaimed, "It's multiple sclerosis." And instead of answering her questions on how he could be sure, he quieted her, coldly stating that he was a specialist. Like that doctor, I too was unable to verbalize my empathy towards Devin. I lacked the words to fully express the pain I felt when every 6 months she has to lie still for hours on end in the MRI scanner in nothing but a flimsy hospital gown. But perhaps by using my background as an artist and printmaker, I could create an image that could somehow show her my empathy. After receiving her latest round of scans from the hospital, we looked at them together and concluded that if these scans had a context of what it is like to live with chronic illness on a daily basis, they could have the power to create an empathetic exchange between doctors, patients, and caregivers. I then set to combine my sister's MRI scans with images from her daily life to give a more honest portrayal of living with disease. The goals of this project are threefold. First, to better understand how identity is transformed by biomedical imaging technologies. Second, to create meaningful collaborations with those who are impacted by illness. And third, to educate doctors in empathy creation using the fine arts. The mass amount of artworks I have created thus far have been exhibited in over 20 solo and group exhibitions around the world. In the art gallery, attendees will often share their own story of impairment with me, and together we create an interpersonal dialogue around the patient experience, and a new collaboration is formed. My artwork is also making its way into the medical classroom. My sister is now a professor of clinical ethics, and she uses the images that we have created as a teaching tool to ignite the conversation on empathetic patient care with these future doctors. The arts-based research I present is not a final answer nor end, but an interdisciplinary untangling of the social issues surrounding the unwell body. Unlike a doctor, I am not interested in pointing to bright lesions in MRI scans. Instead, I use these scans as a visual metaphor for living with disease. My aim is not to celebrate or fight difference, but to foster an ethical turn in medicine and greater society where difference is expected and respected.